Hello, I'm Rabbi Elton from the Great Synagogue in Sydney, and welcome to From the Rabbi's Bookshelves. Our book today is from the 15th century, and it's Sefer Maharil. The Maharil, who was Rabbi Yaakov ben Moshe Halevi Moelin, was a very important rabbi in the Rhineland in the end of the 14th century, beginning of the 15th century. He was Rabbi of Mainz, a position he inherited from his father before him, and he was also a chazan. And he collected and codified the customs of the Jews of the Rhineland of the late 14th, early 15th century. He's very popular amongst chazanim today, especially those of the traditional type, because he's the one who said that one shouldn't change the traditional tunes of a congregation. In fact, he's quoted in the Shulchan Aruch, the Code of Jewish Law, as giving that ruling. Now, the Maharil covers all the usual areas of Jewish law one would expect, Shabbat and Kashrut and Pesach, and how one should go about one's daily life, with all the halachic rulings, all the Jewish legal rulings that he had given over his time as the Rabbi of Mainz. But he also is a very important and interesting source of sociological data about how the Jews of the Rhineland actually lived, because he records not just the laws, but also the customs. In fact, the book is called Minhagim. The book is called Customs. Let me give you one example of that. Here's a question. What did Jews in the Rhineland wear when they attended weddings in the early 15th century? Well, the Maharil can tell us. It says here, V'chol krovei chatan v'kala, and all the relatives of the groom and the bride, lo shin bigdei Shabbat, they would wear their Shabbat clothes for a wedding, maybe as we do also today. We put on not our regular weekday clothes, but our Shabbat clothes when we go to a friend or relative's wedding. And it says here, Umari Sigal Haya Osa Habracha, and when Rabbi Moelin would perform the wedding himself, when he was the Mesadeh Kedushin, when he would make the blessings under the chuppah, Mitokach Haya Lovesh Gam Kain Bigdei Shabbat Lichvodam. He would also wear his Shabbat clothes in order to honor the bride and the groom. Ach talit hamiyuchad lo lechol lavash, and he would wear a talit, but he would wear his weekday talit if he was performing a wedding. So again, the talit adds a sense of occasion and importance to the wedding, so he'd wear his talit for that purpose. But here's a charming little note. Achein v'hilulat bito haya lovesh gamkein talit hamiyuchad lo l'shabbat. But when it came to his daughter's wedding, he didn't wear his weekday talit, he wore his Shabbat talit, adding an extra level of celebration to the wedding of his own daughter. Thanks for joining.